All right, we're down to the last 12 minutes of the football season for both teams. Now it comes down to heart and courage and all those intangibles. Both teams are tired. Both teams are weary. Both teams are bone sore. And now it comes down to those intangibles, heart and desire, effort, perseverance, character, if you will. All right, it's third down, 9 yards to go. Big play for the Norristown Eagles. Donalfi back to pass. Eludes one tackler. Runs out of bounds. All right, they gained maybe a yard, maybe not. It'll be fourth and a significant amount of yardage. 4th and 9. Norristown's got to go for it. They're too far away. They're too far away to kick a field goal and too far away to pooch punt. The game could hinge on this play. Hartman in motion. Donalfi back to pass. Intercepted. Intercepted by number 30. That's Ira Nelson. Great defensive play by Ira Nelson, anticipating the pass. Stepped in front of the would-be receiver, rambled for about 12 yards after the interception. It'll be 1st down and 10 for the Colonials at their own 41-yard line. Here's a pitch wide. There was a block in the back. There was a block in the back. No call. Did you see that? There was a flagrant block in the back, and no flag was called. Well, that's the way things have been going for Norristown this whole season. There was a clear violation from up here. We could see it. All right, 2nd and 9. 10.5 minutes left to play in the 4th period. Chabot in motion. Handoff to Ira Nelson. Picks up about 11 yards. Brought down by number 21 for the Eagles, Robert Burns. Nelson can play a little bit. Kicks off, plays defense, and a punishing runner. Nelson's a gamer, there's no doubt about that. All right, Plymouth-Whitemarsh's ball in Eagle territory. Here's a handoff to Scott. Scott stood up, knocked back by number 21 Robert Burns and number 10 Lamar Davis. Nine and a half minutes left to play. Picked up about 5 yards on that play. It'd be 2nd and 5. Here's a handoff to Nelson. Boy, Nelson's a hard runner. Hard runner. He stole the ball. Norristown came up with the ball. That's number 70, Robbie Goodwin, stole the ball. That looked like a rugby scrum, and number 70, Rob Goodwin, got his hands in there, wrenched the ball loose. Norristown gets another shot. 9 minutes left to play in the fourth period. Great heads-up play by Robbie Goodwin. 5'9", 205-pound sophomore. All right, here come the Eagles. Time's in. Handoff to Hartman, dragged down. Number 36 on the play is Wesley Queen. Great play. Lost a yard. There's a quick hitter inside. That's little Benny Lafredo. Picked up about 3. It'll be 3rd and 7. Big play, another big play for the Eagles. This has been a game of big plays. Third and 7. Minnick in motion. Donofsky back to pass. Looking long. That's an interception. Darrell Scott outfought Witter for the ball. Game of turnovers. Ball on the Plymouth-Whitemarsh 33-yard line. Interception by Darrell Scott. Young man runs for touchdowns, makes interceptions. Here's Chabot off the right side. Nice play by number 73 for the Eagles. That's Kevin Waters. Seven minutes left to play in the fourth period. The clock is becoming the 12th man for Plymouth-Whitemarsh. Here's Scott in motion. There's a handoff to Ira Nelson. Fumble again. Another fumble. Picked up by number 10, Lamar Davis. Boy, there's some, I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, there's some hard hitting out there by these young men. They are banging into each other. And it's a credit to both teams that these young men are hanging in there. It is a cold night. The end of the season, the only thing they're playing for is pride, and you have to take your hands off to every one of those young men out there in the red and the blue. Here's Lafredo, squirms ahead for about 3. It'll be 2nd and 7. this could be the drive for Norristown. There's only 6 minutes left to play. There's Hartman, dropped for a loss. Number 56, Joe First, one of the tri-captains for the Colonials. Joe First, 5'10", 190-pound senior. All right, 3rd and 9, another big play. This is 4-down territory for Norristown. They can't give up the ball again voluntarily. Third and 9, 5.5 minutes left to play. Here's Minnick in motion. Donalfi back to pass. All right, drop for a loss by number 56. Number 56 is Joe First. There's a bit of the hot dog in Mr. First. You don't want to see that. This game has been too well played to have a young man conduct themselves like that. Norristown's going to kick. Here's Stabile, angles it. All right, there was a penalty flag thrown. Yeah, just to return to that last point, it seemed to this observer that after the tackle, the young man who made the tackle for the Colonials seemed to prance around a bit, and that's not really appropriate. But again, the enthusiasm of youth, and the young man who did it has played a whale of a game. We'll give him a pass this time. Excellent football player. There's holding on the receiving team after the ball was kicked. So the foul came after the ball was kicked, so it'll be Plymouth-Whitemarsh's ball. However, 10 yards will be marched off. All right, and it'll be placed at the Colonial 7-yard line. All right, 1st and 10 for the Colonials, 4.5 minutes left to play. You got to think that the Plymouth-Whitemarsh is going to keep it on the ground, bleed the clock. Here's Scott around the right side. Picked up about 3. Boy, you got to hand it to the Eagles defense. They've except for that 55-yard bolt, they've kept Darryl Scott under control. Except for that 55-yard touchdown jaunt, they've kept the young man relatively under control. Second and 7. The Eagles will be going after the football as well as the ball carrier. Eagles defense again responds to the challenge. That was number 82, Jarrett Jones. Great play by the young man. Jarrett Jones will be back next year. Yep. Third down, 8 yards to go. They must stop the Colonials now. This is a must stop. Plymouth-Whitemarsh gets a first down here. You can start the bus. All right, there's a flag. I believe that's a delay of the game. I believe. We'll see. Yep, that's what it is. That'll cost the Colonials 5. Half the distance to the goal. That'll put it at about 1.5 yard line. Oh, is that the 4? Okay. All right, third down, about 13 yards to go. Big play. Oh, he's all right. Eagles stopped them. Eagles will get the ball back. Defensive charge led by Roger Lucas and Teron Flagg. Norristown with one last chance. Number 33 in the game for the Eagles is Teron Flagg. Coleman is still out. Oh, here's Jerry Dinolfi. Intercepted. And that's the game. Right there, folks. That is the game. Ball was intended for Tommy Harrington. Picked off by the Colonials, and that, I think, will do it. Minute 44 left to play in the game. How do you explain this? Norristown played a superb first half, and for a space of about 90 seconds in the third period, when Scott ripped off a 55-yard touchdown and Andy Dolan stole the ball, you could almost say that Norristown outplayed the Colonials for 46 minutes, but that crucial 2 minutes where Scott ran for the touchdown and Dolan stole the ball spelled doom for the Eagles' chances this evening. So they will end the season 1 win and 11 losses. They hung in there. The Eagles did. Both teams did. Both teams should be complimented for playing a spirited football game. It was a clean football game. Both teams played their hearts out. And again, these young men should be commended. It's been a long season for both teams, but both teams have hung in there. Their coaches should be given all the credit in the world for keeping these young men focused when there was no postseason to look forward to. And they played their hearts out, they played their guts out. And it was a pleasure and a privilege to broadcast this game. Win or lose, win or lose. This is what high school athletics is all about. All right, it's 2nd and 10. All right, that gains nothing. 1:27 left to play in the ball game. Norristown calls a timeout. Both teams, whoever wins this game, both teams can walk off the field heads high. Minute 27 left to play. 3rd and 9. Here's a handoff to Darrell Scott around the left side. Hammered to the ground. Again, you got to give the Eagles credit, the Eagles defense credit. They kept under control one of the best halfbacks in the area. And except for that 55-yard touchdown, they had him under control. Of course, that's like saying, other than that, Mrs. Lincoln, how did you like the play? All right, it's 4th and 5. There's still time for a storybook ending to this drama. Well, all the so-called prognosticators in the papers picked Plymouth-Whitemarsh unanimously to win this game, and Plymouth-Whitemarsh, if they do win the game, it's by the narrowest of margins. All right, maybe Kenny Witter can pull off a miracle. Maybe the Eagles can pull off a miracle. Nelson, a powerful young man, a powerful leg. All right, the ball will be down at the Eagles' 20-yard line. 1:07 left to play. The clock will stop while the offensive and defensive units go onto the field. 1:07, who knows? All right, here's Dinolfi under center, back to pass. Almost picked off by Darrell Scott. Anticipated the out pattern, stepped in front of the receiver, and could have had a touchdown. So the young man's human. We expect to hear and see great things from Darrell Scott over the next 2 years. A world of potential in number 23. All right, there's a slant pattern intended for Hartman. 3rd and 10. Looking down on the sidelines, Coleman is still on the bench. A minute left to play. Dinolfi back to pass. Oh! It's a touchdown. Jerry Dinolfi took a tremendous hit. A tremendous hit. He spun away from one would-be tackler, and as he spun away, he was completely vulnerable, and he got whacked. Jerry is only 153 pounds, 5'8", is only a sophomore, and he got hammered. $50 seconds left to play. All All right, there's a whistle. They may call that play back. Illegal procedure against Plymouth-Whitemarsh. All right, that'll move the ball back 5 yards. 20-13. Looks like the young man, Jerry Dinolfi, is all right. He's standing on the sidelines, bending over. He took a tremendous hit. No good. All right, it's 20-13. 50 seconds left to play. All right, Eagles will get one more shot at it. Hartman and Witter to receive. I don't think that Plymouth-Whitemarsh is going to kick to them. Coleman continues to sit on the sidelines. All right, here's Ira Nelson, number 30, to kick off. That young man's played a whale of a game. Yeah, Plymouth-Whitemarsh is not going to kick. Yeah. All right. Your number 23, Stacy Wright, around the right side. Out of bounds. Now, wait a minute. It might be a fumble on the sidelines. Norristown recovers. It's Norristown's ball. 41 seconds left to play. We'll see if... Now, young Dinolfi is out now. Number 7, Minnick. Bruce Minnick in for Jerry Dinolfi. .41 seconds left to play. Here's Minnick, fumbles the exchange. Sweep left, brought down. There's a fumble, and I believe Plymouth-Whitemarsh has recovered. Yes, I believe Plymouth-Whitemarsh has recovered. Now that will wrap it up. Again, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure and a privilege to bring these broadcasts to you. I hope, and Coach McGee hopes, that you've enjoyed them. We look forward to bringing the Norristown basketball games to you. The Norristown Hoop Squad, very promising under the coaching of Mike Evans, and we look forward to broadcasting those games as well. 16 seconds left to play. Plymouth-Whitemarsh keeps the bragging rights in this most intense of neighborhood rivalries. They will walk off this field with a 20-13 win. Both sides should be very, very proud of themselves. So that wraps it up from Roosevelt Field for the football season 2003. For my colleague, Coach Tom McGee, this is Joe Hyland wishing you good night and good luck.
Joe.
Yes.
See you on the 4th.
Yes, sir.